From Gloucester County College, Comcast Cable Channel 5 presents the District 29 Finals. I'm John Mondelli, and right now we're going to go to John Bojaning for tonight's introductions.
At this time, I'd like to call forward Steve Aniszewski, the director of this wrestling tournament, for a special presentation. Steve Aniszewski.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I begin my presentation, I would like to thank Gloucester County College, the Gloucester County Board of Chosen Freeholders for hosting this for allowing Paulsboro to host this tournament for the 35th consecutive year at Gloucester County College. And now it's my pleasure to present the 2007 District 29 Coach of the Year. He's a graduate of West Thetford High School, where he had 93 career wins as a wrestler. He was a district champion. He went on to York College, was a 4-year starter and captain at York. This year his team was 18-7. They won the Overbrook Christmas tournament. They also qualified and wrestled in the Group 2 South Jersey semifinals. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2007 District 29 Coach of the Year, John Craig.
Line up your wrestlers on the side of the mat. It's time to recognize the primary reason that we are here this evening. The finalists in the 2007 District 29 Wrestling Tournament. At 103 pounds, the number 2 seed, a freshman from Gateway Regional with a 27-1 record this year, Chuck Zeisloff. His opponent, a sophomore and the number 1 seed, with a record of 16-0 this year, 48-7 in his career, first in District 29, first in Region 8, and 6th in the state last year, from Paulsboro High School, Eric Dunnett. At 112 pounds, the number 1 seed and returning champion at this weight, with a 22-5 record this year, 68-17 in his career, from Pittman High School, Tony Castiglione. His opponent is a freshman and the number 2 seed, with a record of 28-8 this year, from Paulsboro High School, Joe Duca. At 119 pounds, the number 2 seed with a 22-4 record this year, 73-16 in his career, 2nd in District 29 last year, 1st in 2005, a senior from Clearview Regional, Ryan Layton. His opponent is the number 1 seed with a 31-5 record this year, 109-31 in his career, a 3-time District 29 champion who was 2nd in Region 8 last year and 4th in 2005, from Paulsboro High School, Eddie Wertenberger. At 125 pounds, a senior and the number 3 seed with a record of 23-4 this year, 72-33 in his career, third in District 29 last year from Gateway Regional, Dustin Overs. His opponent is the number 1 seed and a senior from Paulsboro, who is 32-4 this year, 103-36 in his career, first in District 29 last year and second in 2005. Twice he was third in Region 8, Nico Lopez. At 130 pounds, a senior and the number 3 seed with a record of 21-8 this year, 42-15 in his career, fourth in District 29 last year from Clayton High School, Robert McCormick. His opponent is a junior and the number 1 seed with a record of 27-3 this year, a career record of 79-11, third in District 29 last year, first in District 29 in 2005 from Deptford Township High School, Anthony Rizzolo. At 135 pounds, a senior and the number 2 seed with a record of 25-5 this year, 83-31 in his career, second in District 29 last year, third in 2004 from Pittman High School, D.J. Thomas. His opponent is a junior and the number 1 seed with a record of 24-4 this year, 60-23 in his career, second in District 29 last year from Deptford Township High School, Matt Kapler. At 140 pounds, a senior and the number 2 seed with a record of 25-5 this year, 61-18 in his career, third at 135 pounds last year, and second in 2004 from West Deptford High School, Joe Police. His opponent, a senior and the number 1 seed with a record of 30 wins and 1 loss this year, 102-17 in his career, first in District 29 at 135 last year, third in 2005, fourth in Region 8 in 2006 from Clayton High School, Scott Ware. At 145 pounds, a senior and the number 2 seed with a record of 19-7 this year, 54-44 in his career, third in District 29 last year from Clearview Regional, John Hughes. His opponent is a sophomore and the number 1 seed with a record of 16-9 this year, 23-12 in his career from Paulsboro High School, Jim Gentile. At 152 pounds, a sophomore and the number 2 seed with a 24-6 record this year, 44-15 in his career, third in District 29 last year from West Deptford High School, Josh Kerr. His opponent is a senior and the number 1 seed with a record of 20 wins and 8 losses this year, 92-39 in his career, second in District 29 as a freshman and first the last 2 years, third and second the last 2 years in Region 8 from Paulsboro High School, Jeff Hamilton. At 160 pounds, a sophomore and the number 2 seed with a record of 19-3 this year, 31-18 in his career, fourth in District 29 last year from Gateway Regional, Cameron Argood. His opponent, a senior and the number 1 seed with a record of 32-4 this year, 54-15 in his career, second in District 29 last year from Paulsboro High School, Mike Cuccinata. at 171 pounds. A senior and the number 2 seed with a record of 22-5 this year, 70-39 in his career, first in District 29 last year from Clearview Regional High School, C.J. Delia. His opponent is a freshman and the number 1 seed with a record of 31-5 this year from Paulsboro High School, Zach Greenwald. At 189 pounds, a junior and the number 2 seed with a record of 26-6 this year from Glassboro High School, Laverne Harris. His opponent, a sophomore and the number 1 seed with a record of 30 wins and 2 losses this year, 37-3 in his career from Paulsboro High School, Gerald Hodges. At 215 pounds, a sophomore and the number 2 seed with a record of 18-5 this year, 35-20 in his career from Pittman High School, Rick McIlvain. His opponent, a senior and the number 1 seed with a record of 34-1 this year, 128-15 in his career, a 3-time District 29 champion, 4th as a freshman and 2nd the last 2 years in Region 8, 6th and 4th in the state from Paulsboro High School, Alex Silvestro. At 285 pounds, a senior and the number 2 seed with a record of 20 wins and 8 losses this year, 43-30 in his career, 3rd in District 29 last year and 4th in 2005 from Pittman High School, Steve Connors. His opponent, a senior and the number 1 seed with a record of 33-0 this year, 128-12 in his career, a 3-time District 29 champion who was 1st as a sophomore and 2nd as a junior in Region 8, 5th in the state as a sophomore and 2nd last year from Paulsboro High School, Demetrius Hester.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
And now must honor emerge. From Paulsboro, Eric Dunnett.
And back at Gloucester County College, 103-pound final, Chuck Zeisloff, a freshman from Gateway, and Eric Dunnett, a sophomore from Paulsboro. Dunnett last year finishing 6th in the state of New Jersey. John Voching just stepping in, turning his microphone off, his other microphone on. Get Voch.
And we're ready to roll.
Yes, we are. 13 seconds in, no score. Dunnett has Zeisloff in a little bit of trouble. Zeisloff fighting out of that one momentarily. Scoreless after the first 30 seconds. Zeisloff with 1 loss on the year, and he's in a little bit of trouble now, Voch.
Big trouble, big trouble. There's back count going on. And of course, the height is what is the biggest enemy for Zeisloff, because his only loss this year was to a taller wrestler in Brandon Becker.
However, he's beat Canower from Gloucester Catholic twice, Voch, who had a big size advantage on him. 3 back points, 5-0, and more trouble.
More trouble, big time.
Because he didn't give the 3 yet, because I guess he still had the middle.
Still had the cradle on.
Dunnett finishing, as I said, 6th in the state last year, 16-0 this year. Zeisloff 27-1. 48 career wins for Dunnett. Dunnett only with those 16 matches because of an injury. That's over, Voch.
Oh my!
I said it, Voch. If there's anybody from the district that's, I think right now, Dunnett's just on fire.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Since he came back, he's on a mission, just like their heavyweight is.
Dunnett second District 29 title in 2 years. Last year he was a winner by fall. 2 minutes and 52 seconds over Ryan Kisatef of Gateway. I stole your program, by the way, Voj.
It's okay.
112 pounds, Joe Duca of Paulsboro, Tony Cacciglione of Pittman.
Joe Duca, of course, a much heralded freshman this year, into the starting lineup. 28-8 his record this year. Among those losses were to Ryan Cheek of Oakcrest, a veteran. Lost to John Scalise of High Point. Lost to Brian Lewandowski of North Hunterdon. He lost to Brian Perkis of Council Rock, South Pennsylvania. Lost to Danny Graham of Salesianum in Delaware. Lost to Will Bentley of Owen J. Roberts. Lost to Kyle Kinchin of Jackson. And his other loss was to Dan Hughes of Delran, the state place winner last year. Tony Cacciglione, the champion at this weight class last year, has 5 losses this year. Among his losses, Ron Cuff of Shalleck, Wes Miller of Clearview, and A.J. Fisher of Lower Cape May. 68 career wins and a district champion a year ago.
Obviously that match against Miller must have been out of his weight class, as Miller goes 25, maybe even 19. So obviously Cacciglione wrestled out of his weight class. There's no points right there. Still scoreless. Of course, Joe's dad, a former state champion. Two-time, first and a second, right, Bo?
Yeah, 2-time state finalist. Won it his junior year, his senior year. Ran into a very tough wrestler.
Oh, he's got him in front. Take down to his back. Back points.
Oh, my.
He pinned him. Oh, my. Got it. 57 seconds. Joe Duca. Cacciglione seems to be hurt, Voj.
Oh, my.
Can't tell where he's injured, but he definitely not feeling well.
Yeah, he might have. Can't tell whether it was a wrist.
Wrist looks like a wrist.
Or a dislocated shoulder. He's in obvious pain.
We'll try and take a look at it and see. Maybe we can see what happened.
Watch Duca step right in here. He gets in on the legs. He'll lift and drive and use a back heel trip right there. And you could see Cacciglione go down on his right shoulder. And Duca, once he got that half in there, made no mistake. I mean, that's what wrestlers are taught to do. Bury the half right up to the armpit.
So the number 2 seed, Joe Duca, with the pin. Now the awarding of the first place trophy, or the place winners, I should say, at 103.
Interestingly, we'll review champions as we go through tonight. But for Paulsboro, years and years ago, when we considered South Jersey qualifying for the state, it was really District 4 at that time. So through District 4, District 7, District 15, 28, and 29, Paulsboro had 335 champions coming in this year. And you can see the finalists there at 103 pounds. Eric Dunnett, the champion. Chuck Zeisloff to the right is second place. And Anthony Knauer of Gloucester Catholic earns a trip to Atlantic City by finishing third.
Well, let's see if we can slow down, Voj, and catch our breath and get to 119. We have Eddie Wurtenberger of Paulsboro and Ryan Layton of Clearview.
And of course,
one more time, let's take another look at that takedown. Another angle.
There's Duca fighting off the hand to the face. It's commonly called a Japanese whizzer on the arm, but then goes in on the legs, gets the double. Watch him use a back heel trip here, right there. Drive the man to the mat. Now see, the half is open right there. He steps right through, fires in the half, and makes no mistake. Classic textbook wrestling.
And that was the defending district champion right there, Cacciglione at 112 last year.
Eddie Wurtenberger up next for Paulsboro High School, the senior. 31-5 this year, 109 career wins. His 5 losses this year to Ryan Wilson of Wall Township. He lost to Zach Koulis of Ocean Township, Luke Fedecco of Delsey in overtime, Nathan Warner of Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, and Chris Kolczynski of Middletown, Pennsylvania. His opponent, Ryan Layton, a junior, 22-4 this year. He lost to Zach Cohen of Willingboro, I think. I'm not sure what that
looks like that, or Williamstown.
Or Williamstown. Yeah, it's Williamstown. He lost to Wurtenberger of Paulsboro. He lost to DJ Richards of Haddon Township and Jamel Johnson of Overbrook. 73 career wins for Layton.
That Wurtenberger match, 5-3, a dual meet earlier on in the year. And of course, these two met last year in the final. Vosges at 119, Wurtenberger winning that one in a tight one, 3-2.
And of course, Wurtenberger on the threshold of a little bit of history here. He's won 3 district championships, trying to win his 4th district championship. Layton fights off an attempt by Wurtenberger, still no takedown for either wrestler. Of all those districts that Paulsboro's been involved in over the years, 335 champions coming into this tournament, 2 champions already in this tournament.
All that action, still no score as we go back to the center with 26 seconds left, Vosges. And what's most impressive about Wurtenberger, he started as a freshman at 125 and he's been at 119 the last 3 years.
Truly amazing to be able to hold your weight like that over that amount of time, but that's pure dedication by a wrestler wanting to excel by doing that. Ryan Layton, as you mentioned, 2nd in the district last year after winning the district title the year before. So he's no stranger to a gold medal in the districts. Wurtenberger first all 3 years prior to this year in the district finals, 2nd in Region 8 in 2006 and 4th in 2005.
Look at the wrong graphic up there, but yeah, 119 second period. And one getting back to that 112 though, Vosges, what Duke has done is beat the 2 finalists last year at 112.
Yes.
He beat them both, one in the semi and the other in the final. I mean, beat Uva in the semis, and Uva lost in the final last year. Layton takes the bottom to start the 2nd period.
Now Wurtenberger on top, and what he has to do is stay out of trouble. Ryan Layton has a height advantage. A lot of times when you sit out and grab the head, you're going to either work an escape or you're going to reverse. And this, at this time, looks like he's got the 1 point for the escape. Well, lots of excitement in the first 2 weight classes, both ending in the first period by way of the fall. This bout definitely figured to be a tighter bout. Familiarity means a lot.
No takedown, no points yet for anybody in that move. It's still 1-0 for Layton on the escape.
Yep.
But neither wrestler has a takedown.
In on that single leg, uses the front trip.
There's the takedown. He takes a 2-1 lead, 45 seconds left. Now he's got to try and break his man down on top.
Again, a classic move because the man defending against the takedown has that overhook in there. So you have to hold tight to that one leg. As you see Paul Marina to the left, Dean Duca to the right. The brain trust of the Paulsboro coaching staff.
And if you're wondering, Dean Duca is the uncle to Joe Duca. John Marinelli on the left, Hans Van Brul on the right. Of course, John Marinelli wrestled under that Gene Barber at Absegami.
And has over 200 wins in his career as a coach.
Back to action, 25 seconds left. Wurtenberger on top, 2-1 here at 119.
You know, and this wins medals right here. Being able to get on top of a man and break the man down, ride the man, try to keep slipping a half in. Don't ride parallel. You don't want to get called for stalling if you can help it. You also have to keep your head out of trouble. Layton trying to reach back and grab the head. Wurtenberger will start down in the final period. 2 minutes to glory.
Junior and a senior. Both a have two wrestlers out here, a junior and a senior, 7 trips to the finals between them. So every year these guys have made it to the final. Talked about Wartenberger winning all 3 times. Layton won as a freshman, finished second as a sophomore to Wartenberger.
So that's quite a pat on the back to both wrestlers for their perseverance in getting to the district finals. Every year they've been on the mats. Wartenberger, this is his 4th trip to the finals. Layton, a junior, his 3rd trip to the finals.
Go back to the center, 123 left.
112-pound race winners, please report to the podium area.
We're now at standing room only here at Gloucester County College. It'll be interesting to see Layton's approach to this, Voge, as time ticks down.
Right, absolutely, because if he can't turn his man, he's got to think in terms of cutting him loose. Nice follow by Layton. Tries to throw the leg in.
Meanwhile, the clock keeps moving in Wartenberger's favor. Let's check John Marinelli, see what he says here. I think he's going to ask Layton what he thinks.
Yeah, Layton's got 42.6 seconds to either get back points or cut his man free and try and take him down to tie it up.
Caution looks like on Wartenberger.
Of course, with cautions, you're allowed 2 before it starts a penalty point succession. Wartenberger tries to sit out, reaches for a switch. Layton counters it. Wartenberger trying to get his hips out, standing position. Wants to establish wrist control there and try and break away.
Warning against Layton for stalling.
Oh my.
Wartenberger did a nice job getting to his belly there.
Right away, because that was a precarious situation.
14 seconds, and now he's can't afford to let him go. He's going to have to get him on his back here, but we might get a reversal and some back points.
Oh my!
Well, we get the reversal, no reversal, just the escape, and Wartenberger's going to win 3-1. 1.8 on the clock.
Now the best thing to do is if you get motion out there, just circle. You don't need any more points.
Especially with no warnings. And that is it. The 71st wrestler Voge in South Jersey history to win 4 district titles. The 12th in Paulsboro history. We're going to take a break. More wrestling action after this timeout.
Second place on the podium.
We're back. Here you see the first place winner, Joe Duca. Castiglione was injured. There he is. You see him accepting his second place trophy at 112 pounds, Voge.
Joe Duca, Tony Castiglione on the right is second place, and Nick Uva of Glassboro, a runner-up last year, 3rd this year at 112 pounds, the medalist.
As we get ready now, Voge, for 125 pounds.
Now wrestling at
125 pounds for Paulsboro High School. Senior Nico Lopez has a record of 32-4 this year, 103 career wins. First in the district last year, 3rd as a junior, was 3rd in Region 8 each of the last 2 years.
And just like Dustin Overs did, oh, we got to stop here. I know a lot of the people don't like that. Just like Overs did in his semifinal match with Miller, he went right after him.
Yep.
Obviously the clock not working because we definitely wrestled more than 2 seconds. It says 1:58 right now, but I think it said 1:59 when I first heard it go off.
Yeah, now they're running the clock down. Looks like they cut 9 seconds off it. I'll go over it again. Nico Lopez, 3rd in the regions the last 2 years. Dustin Overs, a senior from Gateway Regional, 23-4 this year, third in the districts last year. Dustin Overs this year lost to Panisi of Collingswood, Bittner of Clayton, Lopez of Paulsboro, and Walford of Willingboro.
That Lopez match votes 12-7. That was back in towards the end of January 24th.
A wild one. Lopez's first loss this year was by a fall in the finals of the Brick Memorial Tournament to Mark Maloney of Eastern. He also lost to Matt Bugais of Parkland, Pennsylvania, to Robbie Vollertan of Council Rock South, and Luke Rossi of Phillipsburg. So some really quality losses.
Well, 2-0 lead so far for Lopez with the takedown. He is a takedown machine.
He is. He generally gets a takedown. If he can't get a takedown, he is sometimes in trouble on the mat. He always seems to be giving away height.
One thing about Overs, Voj, last year, because you look and see, they already met up this year, and Lopez won that match. Last year, Overs lost twice during the year to Kevin Bittner of Clayton, and then came back and beat him for third place in districts to advance to the region. So, he can overcome some losses.
Oh, absolutely. And the more often that you wrestle somebody, the more familiar you become with them. You know the strengths and weaknesses.
And Overs, I think it was probably the most impressive wrestler I saw in the semifinals.
Notice when Lopez picks his man up, he tries to lace the leg with his leg. Scott Jenkins, the official who's assisting, or he's assisting. Mark Evans, the official in charge on the mat.
And they go out. Interesting, they had the Gloucester County College mat and the Paulsboro mat out for the consolations. Since the Gloucester County mat was done first, I guess they decided to roll that one up. It is a bigger mat.
There's no question. I would, for the safety of the wrestlers, I'd almost rather have a bigger mat down for the finals. But I guess since Paulsboro is the host school of this tournament, they prefer to use their own big red mat.
20 seconds over. Love to steal a point here towards the end of the period. Cut that lead in half. It was funny, Voj, talking to some of the wrestlers before the match tonight, and I forgot who I was talking to, and I was asking him for his losses, and Overs goes, "You don't remember your losses?" Overs says, "I remember everybody I lost to."
There you go. That's a harder thing to forget, your losses, believe me.
Lopez will take a 2-0 lead into the second period.
Very methodical performance by Lopez in the first period.
As far as Gateway draws from Woodbury also, co-op program.
Yeah, and as we found out, the fact that there's one Woodbury wrestler in the lineup at Gateway, and the state, with co-op programs, takes the sizes of the two schools, and since Woodbury's a Group 1 and Gateway's a Group 2, there's talk that they might be a Group 3 next year. That'd be a tragedy for one wrestler.
Well, absolutely. Lopez on the bottom to start the second period, trying to get out for the escape, and gets it. 3-0 lead.
It was an inside switch, and Overs could feel he was losing his control, so he'd rather give up 1 than 2. That's your basic formula out there. Give up 1, not 2.
Nice move by Lopez. He's going to get this takedown.
Gets to the side, grabs the far arm, gets the takedown. Now trying to crunch his man up into a possible cradle situation. Lopez, a very hard worker.
Overs has got to watch on the bottom there, Voj. And Lopez has got to try and work pinning combination in.
Overs has to push up off a big flat on the mat, and then Lopez has to get out perpendicular and try and turn his man. If he does that, he stays out of trouble with stalling calls.
Fourth match of the evening, Paulsboro winning the first 3.
And kind of anticlimactic. I mean, in days past, a lot of times we had a team competition that left a little to the imagination going into the finals.
Not tonight, Vogt. Paulsboro with 225.5 points coming in to the final. West Deptford was, I'm sorry, 228.5. Am I reading this right? I see two totals.
Paulsboro has 225.5. The grand total, got me.
Okay. As long as I can confuse the guru of wrestling, I'm okay. Got to check on that printout.
Yeah.
Anyway, Paulsboro's winning. How's that? 5-0 lead, by the way, for Lopez.
And in no danger of losing, believe me.
Right.
Of course, when you walk into a tournament, you have 10 number 1 seeds. You should not lose.
No. Overs once again trying to steal point towards the end, but Lopez just picks him up, brings him right down to the mat, and we end the period with a 5-0 lead, Nico Lopez. By the way, Gateway, you don't have a chance to see them too much during the dual meet season, coached by Chuck Lucas, formerly of Woodbury High. Assisted by Dave Brown, former Gateway wrestling coach.
And of course, Chuck Lucas has a brother, Bill, who's coaching the Gloucester Catholic program. Overs comes into a quick stand-up and gets an escape.
Now 5-1. It's a caution on Overs. Still waiting for the whistle. How about in the semifinals today? It looked like Scott Ware was injured pretty bad.
Yes.
Hurt. I think a lot of people were worried there for a second. Then he just got back up and ended up attacking his opponent.
Yes. Lopez, the number 1 seed, got to this point with a fall against Pullen Bowell of Deptford Township and a 6-2 methodical win over Mike Mucci of West Deptford. Dustin Overs was the number 3 seed. He majored Matt Mullen of Pittman in the first match and then won by a fall in 20 seconds over Wes Miller of Fairview Regional, which was kind of a stunning chain of events.
There's the shot by Overs, and that's the key. You got to get into that shot, but you got to finish it.
And you notice Lopez step over that far leg and lace the leg. Now he's got the forearm, and he's getting back points out of all this. Oh, my.
Paulsboro, what, Vogt, sending 12 out of 14, I believe?
Yes.
Guaranteed that. 10-1 lead, under a minute left. Stall warning against Overs.
And it's major decision area right now with a 10-1 lead.
Now, you know that move's coming by Lopez, but it's easy to know it's coming. It's something else to try and defend against it.
Yes.
Picks him up, brings him down. He's got to watch though. Lopez very aggressive on top, something you haven't seen too much of. A lot of times working for the takedowns to just cut his man. Looks like we're going to have some injury time. The trainer, by the way, Vogt, Danielle Capasso, former neighbor of mine.
There you go.
Mickleton days. And her Mickleton days, she doesn't live there anymore, I still live there. The trainer over at Glassboro High School.
Doing a standout job during the tournament.
Great job on this program, by the way, Vogt. It's got a lot of information.
A lot of information in
Plenty
there.
of media on hand today. Tom Curl taking pictures. I'm not sure for what paper. Yeah, I'll take a Yingling. Yingling? He's taking orders? No.
Because that was big Tom Curl, not little Tommy Curl. The locking hands call against Lopez.
So we'll get a point, 10-2. That was just my order, Vogt. You didn't want anything?
Oh, I'll take a, no, I better not.
The officials there discussing what's going on there. 1 point, right?
Well, and I believe they gave an escape as well.
Okay. Paul Marino just trying to check out what's going on. Okay, 10-3. You're right, Vogt.
I think Paul Marino was asking if there was a break and control. They acknowledged the locking hands, but didn't think that Lopez lost overs before they got out of bounds. Now Lopez in trying to get a takedown, and he's got it. Makes the score 12-3. It's back in as a major decision.
Of course, looming for Lopez, by the way, Anthony Luma of Egg Harbor. He's the real deal, Vogt.
It doesn't get any easier from here. There's no question.
Go ahead, Vogt. Give it to me now.
There are no guppies that when you get this far into the season.
Paulsboro 4 for 4 so far. Nico Lopez with a 12-3 win.
12-3, your winner, Nico Lopez.
And Paulsboro 4 for 4 in the finals.
At this time, we'd like to present the 119-pound place winners.
We'll award the 119 place winners at this time as we get ready for 130. Nico Lopez, by the way, repeating. He beat Brad Holmes in West Effort last year, 5-1.
Beat 2 district place winners last year, and that got him the Outstanding Wrestler Award last year. You see the lady in red presenting the medals to the finalists, and that is the Vice President of the Paulsboro Board of Education, Dolores Birch Kelly.
Whose son was your partner at one time doing these matches. Talking to Nicky today, by the way, Butch. You know, he had a torn ACL back in his high school days and finally had it repaired. Gutsy. I told him he's got 4 years eligibility to kick for the Rutgers football team.
Eddie Wertenberger in the center there. Ryan Layton, who was a runner-up from Clearview, and Justin Dannenhauer of Deptford was the third-place medalist.
Now wrestling at 130 pounds. From Deptford, Anthony Rizzo. From Clayton, Robert McCormick.
130 pounds, go Vogt.
130 pounds coming up. We're talking about Anthony Rizzo of Deptford High School, a junior with a record this year of, I can tell Joe Hollywood fix this one.
Yeah, I know, I saw that. Did it with the other guy too. He did it with his wrestlers. Just kind of filled the things in the wrong way. That's okay. At least he tried.
Anthony Rizzo this year, 27-3, 79 career wins. He is up against Robert McCormick of Clayton, 21-8 this year with 42 career wins. Rizzo lost this year to Josh Berman, John Renard, Aaron Wilcox. 3 pretty good names. Losses for McCormick this year to Matt Kapler, Matt Catalano of Highland. We saw him last week, 2 weeks ago. Rizzo got here as the #1 seed by pinning Chris Westergaard of Clearview Regional and pinning Anthony Valente of Gloucester Catholic, who will finish 3rd. McCormick advanced with a 4-1 win over Brandon Samuels of Paulsboro, all on stalling points, by the way. A very unusual win.
Wow.
4 points, all on stalling. And then he knocked off the #7 seed, who had knocked off the #2 seed, Nick Luther. McCormick beat Luther 9-3.
Rizzo last year, Vogt, placing 3rd, pinning Eric Smith of Pittman.
And Rizzo, of course, was 1st the year before as a freshman. Deptford has 38 district champions in the past, the most recent last year with Darren Carrero. Clayton has had 9 district champions. The most recent last year was Scott Ware, who we will see later in the program.
2-0 lead, Rizzo. Anthony's dad, Guy, I know, is trying to do an all-day wrestling event. I think he was trying to go from the semis here to University of Penn to watch Penn, Nebraska, and then shoot back here. I don't know if he ended up doing it or not. I don't know if you spoke to him.
No, I didn't get a chance to speak to him. He was going to do a little bird dogging for me to see if Jordan Burrows was in the lineup for Nebraska. He has been in and out this year, the former standout wrestler at Winslow Township.
There we see Joe Hollywood, former state champ, 1986, 135-pound state champion. Mark Scamby and Bob Rambo are his assistants, and right there obviously is Guy Rislow, the father of Anthony, who's in the corner for this match.
And of course, Joe Hollywood also wrestled here at this building at Gloucester County College.
And they're having a great season, Voj, aren't they?
Well, they have 8 wrestlers who qualify for the Junior College Nationals. They'll be going out there next weekend.
A lot of those names we're familiar with: Wilcox, Moore, Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer, yeah.
We have to thank Tom Curl. Next best thing, Voj, cold water.
It hits the spot, believe me.
End of the first period, a 2-0 lead, Rislow.
Some great names over the years that have been district champions for Deptford High School, starting back in 1962 with Rich Bundy. Not the King Kong Bundy that everybody's familiar with.
Now, obviously, different last name there. That was Pally's.
Right. Rich Murphy, Alan Dankel, Bob Lemon, John and Jerry Valleco. Some storied names in that program for Deptford. And of course, we're talking about 4-time district champions. Jerry Valleco accomplished that when he was at Deptford High School. When Rislow won his district title 2 years ago, he was at 112 pounds.
McCormick giving him a nice battle, Voj.
Clayton is not blessed with a lot of depth, but some of the wrestlers they brought to this tournament are very, very good wrestlers. And of course, a lot of times you'll see back-to-back wrestlers for teams because they practice with each other all the time. You're seeing Rislow in this weight class, and in the next weight class, you'll see
by
Matt
Rislow
Kapler.
right to his back.
Nice ankle
back
pick.
points, a takedown. Rislow has McCormick in a lot of trouble, Voj.
Oh, my.
And you can see his mat savvy. He knows where he is, bringing his guy back in.
Trying to turn him in. Got the senses of a shark. Smell blood.
There it is.
Oh, my. 3:01.
Time of 3 minutes and 1 second.
Rislow with his second district championship and the 39th in Deptford history.
A lot of pins early.
Well, that'll get you to dinner earlier tonight.
Oh, yeah. 135 pounds we get ready for. And here's this move, Voj, by Rislow. At this point, he had a 3-0 lead, but just got the leg. And look, right to his back.
An ankle. It's a golden move. More wrestlers should go after it. And then, as you mentioned, sees the out-of-bounds line, just turns his man in. Here are the medal winners.
125.
125 pounds.
Second place.
Third place was
High School, Dustin Over.
Wes Miller of Clearview, the second place medalist. Dustin Overs from Gateway. And the champion,
District 29,
a repeat champion from Paulsboro, Nico Lopez.
Paulsboro High School, Nico Lopez. This is Nico's second District 29 championship.
That last weight class, Robert McCormick, Voj, finished
Now wrestling at
second for the second, second. Finished fourth last year. Kapler and Thomas, Voj.
This could be one where the fur flies, 135 pounds. Matt Kapler, a junior from Deptford High School.
Another clock malfunction.
Matt Kapler, 24-4 this year with 60 career wins. His losses this year, the Joe Police of West Deptford, Anthony Baldessaro of Delsey, Shane Cox, another loss. So we established 3 of the 4 losses. DJ Thomas of Pittman, a senior, 25-5 this year with 83 career wins. Kapler got to this point as the #1 seed. He got a forfeit win in his first scheduled match. He won 9-2 over Anthony Sika of Clearview Regional in the semifinals. DJ, the #2 seed, beat Jeff Fultano of Gloucester Catholic by fall in his first match. Then tech fall Tyler McCord of Clayton, 15-0 in 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
Scoreless in the first 30 seconds. Thomas trying to grab on that leg, second time.
Matt Kapler, a district runner-up last year, has never placed in the region. And of course, DJ Thomas, second last year and third as a freshman.
Graham, we talked about earlier, Thomas, Matt Thomas, DJ Thomas, that name's been around now for years at Pittman.
Seems like it forever. Russ Menudo, the official in charge in this match. Oh my.
Still no points awarded.
No points yet. They're tied up like pretzels out there. DJ Thomas trying to throw his hips around. There's the takedown.
So a 2-0 lead for Thomas. Time winding down in the first.
Oh my. More back points coming up. Right out of mat space.
These two teams met in a dual meet season, but when they wrestled, these guys weren't wrestling against each other. Thomas went 135, Kapler went 140.
And a 4-0 lead at this point for DJ.
Take a look at that move by Thomas.
Yeah, watch the hip action here. That's the most important thing. You see Kapler trying to lift and drive, but Thomas kept his balance and just throws his hips to the right.
So reversal, maybe some back points. Nothing yet on the back points, but he has a 6-0 lead.
Very good mat savvy out there. Kapler getting a little bit frustrated, I think. Sizable lead, 6-0. Now, of all the officials in the tournament that we've been watching for the last 2 days, the one that seems to give the most stalling warnings and calls is the official in charge of this match right now.
The coach.
The former coach. Russ Menudo, been there, done that. He also has given more cautions in this tournament than any other official out there. So he's a stickler for starting the right way. So he's had an abundance of cautions and almost an abundance of stalling warnings and calls.
I think he also commands more respect from the other coaches just because of the years he put in.
I think so. I mean, I can see sometimes when other officials give stalling warnings or calls and coaches get a little bit upset in the corner, but I haven't seen anybody react to the stalling calls that Russ Menudo has made. And I'm sure a lot of that has to do, see him right down there looking at that angle. A lot of that has to do with him being a former coach himself, watching for that 90-degree plane to be broken. 2 more back points. And a reversal.
Reversal, I was going to say, we might get a reversal here. 8-2 an 8-2 lead though for Thomas. Might have some blood.
Either injury timeout or blood timeout.
Danielle Capasso getting her they're getting their money's worth out of her tonight.
Yeah, I can't tell whether it's an injury timeout or blood timeout because on the scoreboard, a B is flashing, which means a blood timeout. But nothing is running down. They switch back.
See that shirt Joe Hollywood has on? Of course, he moved out of my way. My memory's not that good. Meanwhile, the other sideline, other corner, I should say, Bill Chiaffi, a Pittman, fine wrestler. He knows what it's like to wrestle these district finals.
Oh, yes.
Kapler looking for that 2 on the line. So are the coaches. Joe Hollywood wants to discuss it.
Yeah. And Kapler cut his man loose. And you notice that Joe Hollywood went to the table and Russ Menudo just kind of like, there's nothing to discuss, so I'm not coming over there.
9-2.
You don't want to give up points in the last 10 seconds if you can possibly prevent it. So a stalemate's called. Hit on the ankle.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to have enough time. He won't. 9-2 lead for Thomas as we go to the third period.
And Kapler has a choice and says, I want the down position. He originally told the official neutral, but then he looked at the corner and the coach said, go down. We need more than 1 point. Hoping that he can come off the bottom, either with an escape or a reversal and go for bigger points. Tell you, the gym is about capacity. Nice to see because we weren't capacity for the quarterfinal round or the semifinal round.
Well, they were lining up early, though, Votes, to get in for this.
And you whizzed right by him to get in.
Yeah, flash my baby blues. Snuck in the side, actually. There's 2 on the reversal, 9-4.
The time is quickly running out, just over a minute to go. Who are we talking to?
I'm sorry?
I thought you said you were talking to somebody on the way in.
No, I snuck in the side entrance.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, don't let people know that. Everybody be trying to sneak in the side entrance.
Well, you got to have a pass. Yeah, that security guard out there, he's tough. Stall warning.
On the bottom.
But only 40 seconds left.
Yeah, you can stall out the rest of the period here, and it won't cost you. It'll cost you points, but it won't cost you the match.
No, that's the key here. You want the title.
Yeah, the Picasso doesn't have to be pretty that you paint. Just has to be complete.
Okay, let's see what Kapler ends up doing. He looks like he's going to cut him, but tries for the big move from there. I've seen that work, I think, twice. And there's a reversal for Thomas, 11-4, under 20 seconds. Pittman's going to pick up a title.
And for Pittman, this will be the 33rd district individual district championship. Started back in 1978-79 with the late Matt Lauk. Matt Thomas a champion, right? Yeah, Matt Thomas a champion last year. DJ Thomas a champion this year. What was that final score?
11-4, Vogue. Actually, they had a couple champs last year if you look at your sheet. We'll get it right. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more action after this timeout. Back at Gloucester County College, the award ceremony for 130 pounds.
At 130 pounds, in third place, Anthony Valente of Gloucester Catholic. The runner-up, Robert McCormick of Clayton, and the champion for the second time in his career, Anthony Rizzolo of Deptford.
By the way, you know who Anthony's dad wrestled in this tournament way back in 1976?
I know that answer because the question was in the book, but the answer wasn't in the book. Every year there's a little quiz on the back of the program. This year it says who wrestled, and we now know it was Steve Aniszewski against Guy Rizzolo.
Who went to Gloucester Catholic back then. Okay, Voch, 140 pounds.
140 pounds. This ought to be an interesting match. Scott Ware from Clayton, the talented senior who has 30 wins, 1 loss this year. That loss to Solano of Holy Spirit.
Yeah, I think it was up a weight or up 2 weights now.
Yep. Oh my, look at that. Oh my. Oh my. 102 career wins for Scott Ware. He was a district champion last year, 3rd in the districts as a sophomore, or junior rather. A sophomore, and 4th in the region last year as a junior. Joe Police of West Deptford, 25-5 this year, 61 career wins, 3rd in the district last year, 3rd in the district as a freshman.
And of course, these two wrestled in the inaugural showcase.
They did.
I'll call it Colonial Tri-County Showcase, which Ware won that match. And been very impressive all season, Vogue.
Ware comes in the #1 seed in this tournament. He had a 41-second fall over Sam Conti of Gloucester Catholic in the quarters. He won by tech fall 20-4 in 4 minutes and 54 seconds over Joey Palomino of Clearview Regional to reach this point. Joe Police won by a fall in his first match against Joe Vehi of Gateway, and then edged Ryan Hone of Paulsboro 5-4.
4-1 here.
Kind of figured this is the kind of match we would see.
Did a great interview with him after the Tri-County Colonial Showcase, Vogue. I mean, team first. I mean,
yes.
Works year-round.
Yep.
Great kid.
That was the impressive thing to come out of that interview, was the fact that he alluded almost consistently to his team, to his teammates. Oh, nice. Takedown into a double. Lifts this man off the mat, takes him down, gets the 2, and a 6-1 lead for Scott Ware. He's on a mission. Ware got a little sloppy there in the last 10 seconds of the bout and tried to go into a maneuver which is called the tilt. They didn't clamp it tightly, and he let Police get away. So now it's 6-2.
It's going to be interesting in regions, Vogue, because just to see who goes where. But I mean, we know Rich Sparks from Shallock, I think, is going 40, and we saw Sparks go at 45 and beat Haig of Kingsway in that Tri-County tournament. And Haig was a defending region champ, but Sparks decided, I think, to go 40 for the tournament, which, you know,
loads up some of the weight classes. There's no question. Well, there's going to be some really intense wrestling at Apsagami. Just to get through the first night, the seconds and thirds that wrestled the first night on Tuesday night. But then when they get to the quarterfinal round on Friday night, there's just going to be some great matches. Of course, you have to be prepared for that following weekend, because it doesn't get any easier when you go to Atlantic City.
No. 6-2 lead here for Ware. We're 50 seconds into the second period. Going for his second title. Clear, has Clayton ever had a 2-time champion, Vogue? Throwing that one at you real quick, but I know you have your
Bob
information.
Tunstall in 1976 and 1977.
And he's right in the corner with Dan Antonelli right now.
And he knows what it's like to win a district championship because he won 2 of them.
8-2 lead.
He's the big guy in the corner next to Antonelli, the little guy.
You see him with the blue shirt over the shoulder.
Yep. George Sanderson, the very first district champion for Clayton back in 1969. Herman Gunther, Bob Tunstall twice. Mark Fedecco, that's a familiar name that you'll see with Delsey wrestlers. Jim Tunstall, Everett Moore, Lauren Wright, and Scott Ware last year. So Clayton's only had 9 district champions. And of course, until Dan Antonelli came on the scene at Clayton, they were in jeopardy of losing the program completely.
All right, there's another escape, 8-3. And a takedown for Police. Big points in the final 10 seconds. Again, he stole points at the end of the period, Voch.
Stole them at the end of the first period, stole them at the end of the second period. That can come back and haunt you.
8-5.
Ill-advised move by Scott Ware. Cuts the lead down to 3 points. And he wants to try and get a point before the period ends. And he's got it. He got the escape. Going to try and spin behind. Oh, my.
Got it.
And he got the 2.
He gave it to him.
He got the 2.
John Craig does not like that. Tom Reynolds will go over and talk to John Craig, by the way, the District 29 Coach of the Year, that is.
Wow.
We'll have the officials discuss it.
Yeah, those points might be taken off the board. See what the scoreboard shows.
Going over to Wayne Farrow, I guess, who's operating the clock, checking with him. Looks like they're taking them off, are they? Nope.
Yes,
Taking
they
the
are.
points off. I mean, no points.
Yeah.
Of course, Dan Antonelli's going to check into that.
Yeah, got the 1 point for the escape, but the takedown control.
9-5 Scott Ware over Joe Police. And we'll see where might cut him. We'll see.
Well, Police came to his feet, but looks like Ware is intent on keeping him on the mat.
135-pound place winners, please report to the podium area. 135-pound place winners, please report to the podium area.
This is Police's first trip.
I think he finished second as a freshman to Dave Smith of Paulsboro.
Yeah, second as a freshman, and then third last year. Of course, he's a senior now.
There's the escape.
Escape by Police.
9-6.
9-6. This is where Ware really has to use his thinking ability out there now. Police is trailing, so he's going to be the desperate wrestler.
Nine to 6 lead, 1:13 left. Scott Ware over Joe Police.
And John Craig was yelling from the corner to Police, try and get some upper body motion out there, get the man trying to figure out where you're coming from, high or low.
How quick Ware is though on that shot.
Well, that's your best defense out there is a great offense.
Stalemate.
If you want to, there's an injury timeout call.
Needs the inhaler, it looks like.
Yep. But even though you need an inhaler like that, you still have to take an injury timeout. And of course, as we saw earlier in the tournament, if he were to call a second injury timeout, that would give his opponent a choice of position.
Scott Ware planning to attend Bloomsburg next year and major in education, Boach. Could be a future coach down the road.
Well, you know, I wonder how much influence Dan Antonelli had in that decision, because Dan Antonelli, as you mentioned so often, not only the athletic director at Clayton, but has served as a soccer coach, a wrestling coach,
right,
giving back to youngsters.
Antonelli, pretty good wrestler. 73 career wins at Delsey in his day.
Yep. Again, Scott Ware going down and getting a leg.
No points. We go back to the center. Just under 40 seconds left. 9-6 lead. Scott Ware of Clayton. With the Joe Police of West Effort. Again going on the attack as Ware.
Keeping the pressure on. That's preventing Police from getting in on him. Down to the final 20 seconds of the period.
And they go out. Just by our camera. Under 12 seconds.
Police reaching in, got the near side cradle. If he can get the takedown and turn his man.
He gets it, but he'll lose. 9-8, ran out of time. Out of time, so Scott Ware wins his second district title. First wrestler in Clayton, or second wrestler in Clayton history to do that. 9-8 win.
And Joey Police just waited too long to make the move that could have paid big dividends.
Hey, Vogue, we had some great stuff this past weekend on Channel 5. I don't know if you noticed, I think it was the 1998 district finals were on. Now, people were saying, how do I know when this stuff's on? Go to our website, right, Vogue?
Absolutely.
First of all, you got to get past the picture of us two. We see the place winners there. At what, 135?
135. Third place was Tyler McCord of Clayton. Second place, Matt Kapler of Deptford. And the champion, D.J. Thomas of Pittman.
Get back to our website. It is, there it is, www.5ontheweb.com. All one word, 5, the number that is, ontheweb.com. Great stuff. Tells you when everything's going to be on TV. It also has some of the interviews from some of the football games, basketball, soccer, some of the stuff we've done in the past. So check that website out. We put a lot of work into that. And I say we, not meaning me, but we're a team over here.
Absolutely. 145 pounds, Jimmy Gentile of Paulsboro, the #1 seed. He advanced with a couple of falls. He's up against the #2 seed, John Hughes of Clearview Regional, who advanced with a fall and a 7-0 win.
On a takedown 15 seconds into the match for Gentile.
John Hughes, third in the districts last year. Gentile, a sophomore. 23 wins in his 2 years of varsity competition. 16 wins this year. Hughes with 19 wins this year and 54 wins in his varsity career. Gentile trying to keep Paulsboro's streak alive. They won the first 4 bouts they competed in. This is the 5th bout that they're competing in. 2-1 Gentile with the lead.
Gentile very aggressive early, Vogue.
Well, that's the best way to keep out of trouble, is by constantly being aggressive. A stalemate call.
I think Gentile opened some eyes in South Jersey when he beat Hessert in that dual meet, and then came back again and beat him in sound fashion in the South Jersey Group 1 tournament.
Well, there's no question, and we've mentioned it before, that the youngster has ability. Just a matter of bringing it out of him. wrestling is a tough sport. Gentile in that semifinal against Brian Lewis of West Deptford used one of those moves that he's used earlier this year, where he gets in, he kind of bars the arm, steps over, and extends the man, stretches the man out, and he got a pin. He's got to be careful not to have his head controlled. Best way to disrupt your opponent is to grab hold of the head and force the head down. A lot of times that leads to being able to spin behind your opponent.
Period winding down. Gentile's going to take a 2-1 lead into the second period.
Gentile had choice and deferred. So Hughes is going to take the down or defensive position. Trailing by a point, wants to get an escape and maybe even get a reversal, take the lead.
There's the escape, tied at 2.
I say it's a kind of a pet peeve of mine. I think when you are a varsity wrestler, I think 3 things are paramount. Being able to take your opponent down, being able to hold your opponent down, and developing a very good pinning combination. And of course, you have to be able to come off the bottom as well.
Right. I know that giving up the easy one kills you. Just giving that point up, you're not a big fan of.
Well, I've always said, anytime you let the guy go, you got to be able to take him down. You got a stalling warning against the Clearview wrestler.
Of course, in the dual meet, Gentile did not wrestle. Hughes wrestled Richard Braxton and beat him 4-2.
Gentile's got to be careful now. You don't want to get crunched over.
And now Hughes has to be aggressive, though, with the stall warning. Tied at 2, and he knows that Gentile has his choice in the third.
Yep. Gentile in deep.
Nice job, though, by Hughes, fighting that one off.
Throwing that overhook in. You had the 3/4 of the takedown. You tried to trip, you missed it. The overhook comes in. You got to throw the leg in. If you throw the leg in here, you can get a 2-point takedown. There's the leg in. Even though the overhook is still in there, he knocked him off his base, got his hip to the mat, and threw the leg in.
Well, the key, and I don't know if you heard, Paul Marina came in, so that's 2. He's got the leg in. He's got the leg in. And just what you had just mentioned that 15 seconds earlier.
Yep.
Could Paul be another Rose Menudo, Voch? Maybe do a little officiating after his coaching days are done? I don't see that.
Well, with the ages of his children right now, that end of his coaching career might not be on the immediate horizon.
4-2 lead. Hughes like to get at least a point here before the end of the period.
Well, and Gentile's doing the right thing by sticking to him like glue. Wants to cross-face hard there. He's got the liner lace in. A move that Phillipsburg likes to use. He's going with a near side cradle. If he gets his back exposed,
not enough time.
Going to run out of room, run out of time.
4-2 lead. His choice as we go into the third.
And he chooses the defensive or down position. Here again, the sign of an accomplished wrestler and a good wrestler is to be able to get off the bottom with either a reversal or an escape.
There's the escape, 5-2 lead.
And that was established with wrist control. As he sat out in that sit-out position, he grabbed the wrist of his opponent and controlled the wrist while he was able to get his hips out, and that creates the escape.
All 100
We look for Hughes to be aggressive now in the final minute and a half, folks. He's already been hit for stalling. He trails by 3, so he's got to be very aggressive here.
Yeah, and Gentile can't get completely passive at this point. Has to stay alert. Because in this sport, you can go on your back in a hurry, and if a man gets 2 and 2, he's got a 6-5 lead. The Gentile wants to stay active, stay in motion out there, set up a takedown shot.
He was trying to tie up and grab that leg.
Of course, the main thing right now with a 5-2 lead, you want to block as much as you can and not permit the man to get in on your legs. 101 remaining.
Do you see wrestling here, Voj? Do you see stalling? What are you looking at right here?
Right now, neither one is doing much of anything. There's Hughes. Now, he took the shot. Gentile backed out, so he's got to be careful. If he backs out again, I'm sure they'll be looking for a stalling warning. He has no warnings yet. And Hughes can't back up because he has a stalling warning. He'll give up a point if he stalls. Try to throw. That's what you have to be careful of. You don't want to give up a 4-point move.
Great idea by Hughes. I mean, he's trailing by 3, so he knows he needs more than just a takedown, especially with 15 seconds.
That's all he's looking for right now is the big throw, and Gentile's got to be prepared for it.
There's a warning against Gentile. I was going to say, he can afford that right now with 6 seconds left.
Absolutely. And he can go in the middle now, and he can circle and not really take a shot, give up a stalling point, and still win. So he's just got to be careful.
And the match ends, final 5-2, Jimmy Gentile of Paulsboro. Another district champ for the Red Raiders.
Winners on score 5-2, Paulsboro Jimmy Gentile.
What's the most district titles in a season for Paulsboro? Because they have a great shot, Voj. That eclipsing that record, I would think.
Yes.
You got to think, in the old days, there was only 12 weight classes. There's 14, and they got, what, 11 in the final?
Yes.
And they haven't lost yet?
From West Deptford High School, Joe Police.
Here we are, the medal winners at 140 pounds. From Paulsboro, 3rd place, and a trip to Absagamis, Ryan Hone. 2nd place, Joe Police of West Deptford. And the champion, his 2nd district championship, Scott Ware of Clayton.
This is Scott's 2nd District 29 championship.
And we get ready for 152 pounds, Josh Kerr of West Deptford and Jeff Hamilton of Paulsboro.
Wrestling at 152 pounds. From West Deptford High School, Josh Kerr. From Paulsboro High School, Jeff Hamilton.
Of course, these two Voj probably met in that dual meet back on the 31st. And they did. Hamilton with a 5-2 win over Kerr in that dual meet.
Jeff Hamilton.
And he got the takedown right away. Voj, I mentioned this to you in the semifinals that I think Hamilton is starting to peak right now.
He's looked a lot better in the last 2 weeks than he's looked most of the season. Hamilton, a 4-time district finalist. This is his 4th trip to the finals. Was 2nd as a freshman, 1st the last 2 years. He was 3rd in the regions 2 years ago and 2nd last year. 20 wins and 8 losses this year, 92 career wins. Hamilton got to the finals as the #1 seed by a 2:55 fall over Scavelli of Gateway. And in the semifinals, he had a 17-2 technical fall over Shea Graham of Pittman. Josh Kerr, sophomore from West Deptford, a 5:32 fall over Walt Lenkowski of Clearview in the opening round. And then a 7-5 overtime win over Sean Mantici of Deptford Township. Mantici come back and wrestled in the Constellations.
Matter of fact, Kerr trailed in his semifinal match at one time, Vogt, 4-0, then apparently won the match in the final 5 seconds with a takedown. They waved it off, and he eventually won in overtime.
Yep. And of course, Josh Kerr, as we mentioned, 22-6 this year, 44 career wins, only a sophomore, was third in the district in his previous trip. Likes football, no surprise at West Deptford.
Still 2-1 for Hamilton. Kerr decision Ryan Hone last year at 145 pounds in the consolations, 8-7 for that third place finish. And if you look ahead a week for these two guys, I would think the two guys that'll probably be the biggest competition for these guys are Dustin Deckard and Rob Whedon, who are probably wrestling or already wrestled tonight in District 31.
Oh, and
those guys have had 2 battles. They've split their matches. Hamilton has beaten Whedon in the Tri-County Colonial Showcase on a big move. I think he picked up some big points on one big move. So 152 could be up for grabs.
It should be very interesting. No question, it'll be very interesting.
Hamilton drops down to the legs there and gets a takedown, and he's up 4-1. Nice takedown, Village, in the last 6 seconds.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, he seems to be more focused at this time of the year.
Sometimes might be reality, you know, like, why? My God, 2 more weeks, my season's over. 3 more weeks, this is it. Let me, I better give it my all. And I saw that Delran match against Camiso.
Yeah, and of course, the unfortunate thing for Hamilton this year and his family and supporters, relatives, is that Paulsboro had an opportunity this year to have 5 100-win wrestlers on the team this year. 4 of them have accomplished but because Hamilton got a late start this year, it's apparent that he may not reach that plateau. He's got 92 wins going into this bout. If he wins this, he's 7 short of 100, and the season is quickly coming to an end.
Also 6 short of tying the Hamilton record, family record for wins.
Yep. Of course, Hamilton losses this year with the wrestlers in South Brunswick, Brick Memorial, St. Mary's in Delaware, Hodgson, Delaware, Scott Winston of Jackson, who Scott Winston beats everybody.
Yeah, doesn't he though?
Brian Rabola of Cesar Rodney, Cameron Argood of Gateway, up a weight in that dual meet, and then of course Jerry Robbins of Phillipsburg by 2 points in the last dual meet of the year, regular season dual meet.
Actually, Coach, I thought you had told me which Hamilton you said had 99 wins.
Because I believe Father Jeff had 99 wins.
Because I'm looking at the District 29 names now, maybe, and I don't see it in there now. I don't know if because were they always District 29 when he wrestled, or? Anyway, it's 4-2 right now.
Yeah, I'll check it out and I'll let you know at the regions. But I'm almost positive Jeff had 99.
We know one thing, if our cameraman goes down, well, he's got experience because he's always on the mat side taping the matches.
He knows how to roll out of the way.
Kerr keeping it close, 4-2. Stays in striking distance. Hamilton almost stole that 2 right there.
That's the quickness that we saw from Hamilton as a sophomore and a junior.
Off the mat that time, Menudo. Flying all over the place, Vogt.
Yes, he is. Trying to protect the wrestlers.
Watch this. Watch Russ. I could see you out there, Vogt, putting the stripes on. We'll go to the third period. Hamilton leads 4-2.
And Hamilton will take the bottom, I'm sure.
Josh Kerr, just a sophomore. Things look pretty good for West Deptford. We've talked about it all night. A lot of youth.
And of course, John Craig getting Coach of the Year in District 29. So his peers obviously recognize the fact that he did a nice job this year in his second year as head coach.
Actually, what? Not even 2 years, because he came in the middle of the year last year.
Well, he came in after about 3 matches.
Okay, yeah. Not quite half.
Yeah.
We have injury time taken for Paulsboro.
All place winners are reminded to stay in your wrestling uniform.
There's the A. Kid with the A, Vogue.
Kid with the A.
Your wrestling uniform.
Well, a question is, look at these kids, and are they're going to be on the mat in about 13 years?
There's the end.
Yeah, it must spell something. Tell you another 15 letters they can spell on a Shesky. I don't know.
A-N-U-S-C-E-W-S-K-I.
I guess. These wrestlers are flying all over the place. 5-2 on the escape.
You'll ask me how I can spell on a Shesky so good?
Because you used to teach him.
That's correct. And he was a football player for me and a wrestler for me.
There you go. Stall warning against Hamilton. I'd say 65% of the fans love that call. So it puts Hamilton on the offensive, and he gets a takedown. Kind of woke him up, Coach. Sometimes you need that. 7-2.
Well, now he did a great job of riding the last 2 times we saw him in pivotal matches. See if he tries to keep his man down to the mat.
Caution on Hamilton.
It's one thing you hardly ever see in the NCAA tournament are cautions. Because as soon as that wrestler puts that hand around the body, boy, the whistle blows. They don't wait to see if you're doing it right.
It's an escape, now 7-3. Hamilton's been hit for stalling, so he's got to keep wrestling. Kerr takes the shot.
Final minute of regulation. 7-3 lead for Hamilton.
Stalemate.
Hamilton again. Looks to me like he's favoring his right leg a little bit, like he cramped up a little bit.
You're observant, aren't you, Vogt? Very observant. Kerr tries for the trip. He needs that, but it's going to end up costing him maybe. Nope. Comes right back from out of bounds after Hamilton. Nothing. We go back to the center with 18.4 seconds left. 7-3 lead, Jeff Hamilton.
Well, if nothing, Josh Kerr has proven as a sophomore that he can be a pretty good wrestler in the future.
Nice on there twice. There's a point for stalling, and Kerr cuts it to 7-4 with 5 seconds. He'll run out of time, unfortunately, for Kerr. But for Hamilton, what's that, his 3rd district title, Vogt?
3rd, 4th trip to the finals, 3rd individual championship.
Well, they've wrestled twice. 5-2 and 7-4 wins for Hamilton.
7-5.
Got another point.
We have another stalling point. Yeah, oh well.
Jeff Hamilton's 3rd title. Nice job by the West Deptford fans holding up the Kerr sign, standing up. Great effort by Kerr.
And of course, Hamilton doing what he had to do to win another title.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be back with more after this timeout. Back at Gloucester County College, getting ready for 160 pounds. Mike Cuccinata of Paulsboro and Cameron Argood of Gateway.
Mike Cuccinata gets here as the #1 seed. He won by forfeit on opening night, won by a fall over Aaron Couts of Clearview Regional in the semifinals. Cameron Argood won by a fall in the first round against Steve Sariski of Pittman, then won by a fall in the semifinals over Bill Reichert of West Deptford. Cuccinata comes in here with a record of 32-4. He was second in District 29 last year, has 54 career wins. Cameron Argood, a sophomore, 19-3 this year. Lost to wrestlers from Ocean City and Lower Cape May, Sacred Heart, all Cape Atlantic League teams is who he lost to.
I see Cuccinata in that situation, Vogue. I think almost every match I see him wrestle, and he comes out of it and then gets this guy for a takedown and gets him in trouble, but he'll only get 2 here.
Yep. Yeah, so often it looks like he's in jeopardy out there, and he recoils from it and does very well. Argood, 4th in District 29 a year ago. Cuccinata just having a superb senior year.
Of course, last year in the finals, he wrestled 171, lost a tight 1-0 match to C.J. Delia of Clearview, who we'll see up at the next weight class, and that's the one I'm looking forward to seeing, Delia and Greenwald.
Yep. Cuccinata's losses this year to Joey Falco of Ocean Township, to Dan Tunston of Garnet Valley, Pennsylvania, to Ken Carney of Jackson, and Alex Mead of Cesar Rodney. How about that for some names?
Yeah, Carney probably end up being a state place winner. Mead, #1 in the country, so not too shabby.
Yeah, and Falco of Ocean Township, very good. And of course, Cuccinata doing a lot of this year after having 2 front teeth knocked out.
It's a 2-1 lead for Cuccinata. He's trying to get 2 at the line.
There it is.
He got it with 3 seconds left. Time and time again, we've seen that.
Persistence, it's just a persistent performance by Cuccinata.
(4-1). Waved off. Caution.
Here we go with the caution.
Cuccinata.
It's just been a caution-happy performance by Russ Menudo. It's amazing.
We'll go to the second.
It's amazing how he can see so many cautions, and all the other officials don't seem to see them.
What are you saying? He's
I
good.
I wonder what he's saying that they're not seeing.
I'm not going to put you on the spot. I'll leave that one go.
I'm not saying that they're not good caution calls, but if one's going to call them, all of them ought to be calling them.
Argood on the bottom to start the second period, down 3 points, 4-1. Now gets the escape. It's 4-2.
We've said before, when Cuccinata is wrestling, he gets into some funky situations out there.
There's the trip.
Oh my.
And the takedown and the back points.
Oh my.
And an escape. So it should be like 9-3, I think.
You got it. 9-3 is correct. Amazing how you keep score these days.
Get a lot of grief from the viewers, Voach, about me bringing up my parochial school upbringing, but that's where I learned it all.
I got warning, green.
They call it Gibbstown High. They call it, well, some other things. I used to call it St. James. Anyway, 9-3, 103 to left, 103 to wrestle here in the second. Plus, it's basic math, Coach.
Well,
we're adding 3 and 6.
Well, listen, you have your fans out there, no question. I mean, you get phone calls.
They weren't fans, Coach. They watch. I said viewers. I didn't say fans.
Oh.
Coach Yanata trying for another takedown.
Oh, persistency.
Trying to drive into his man. There's the 2. It's 11-3.
And notice how Coach Yanata uses his hips. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. He's going to run out of time.
He will run out of time.
Oh my.
Gets 3 back. Should be 14-3. And we'll go to the third period. Now, he's one of those kids, Vogt, that paid his dues the first 2 years.
There's no question. I mean, you know, as you mentioned, he wrestled 171 pounds last year, was the district runner-up. Think of the hours of sacrifice, the hours of running, the hours of practice to come back and be a standout wrestler at 160 pounds this year. He's going to give 100% out there, there's no question. When his season comes to an end this year, he will have given it 100% all the way. Oh my, good hips, kick right over.
16-3.
2-point reversal.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see him and Mark Gattuso of Kingsway in the final, Vogt. Those two teams, those two kids took it to the wire in that showcase.
Yep, certainly could happen. Last minute of regulation. 13-point lead for Coach Yanata.
Watch it roll!
And that's a pretty talented kid he's out there against, too. We talked about Argood. He defeated Hamilton. He's only a sophomore, so I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more from him in the next couple of years, Vogt.
He's got 2 superb years ahead of him.
And he's still got another week to wrestle. Or at least another night, we'll put it that way. He's guaranteed Tuesday night. But you're not trying to lock it up, get these 2 back points to tech fall, possibly a fall.
Constantly working.
Go, stay there, Mike, stay there! Mike, stay there!
And we're going to have a reversal at the buzzer. 16-5 win, Mike Cuccinata. Paulsboro. His first district title. Did you ever look up that stat for me? Most district titles by a team.
In 1 year?
Yeah, I mean, Paulsboro can do what, 11 tonight?
They could.
It's hard to think somebody could do more than 11, at least a District 29 record. Keeping you on the ball, Vogt. Want you to work constantly. I know you'll have that information for me Wednesday at 7:30 during the High School Sports Report Wrestling Edition. It's also on again Thursday at 10. We'll have up-to-the-minute seedings as soon as they come on, hot off the presses of the regions, as we see our winners. At 152, Jeff Hamilton, the champ.
Sean Mantici of Deptford was 3rd. Josh Kerr of West Deptford 2nd. And Jeff Hamilton, a 4-time district finalist, 3-time champion.
There you see, Vogt, Wednesday at 7:30, Thursday at 10. You'll be at the seeding meeting early Wednesday, and then Wednesday night on the show, we will have the seedings. Another busy day for me, working non-stop on Wednesday.
TJ Delia.
We'll have that up to date. Talk about some of this district's wrestling that took place in District 31, District 29.
Well,
maybe 30 we'll throw in. Any upsets?
The most district champions that I can find for Paulsboro at a quick glance was 9 district champions on more than one occasion.
Well, Coach, we're going to have a good one right here, 171. Unfortunately, a lot of people are getting up and leaving.
Yeah, it's a shame because the best is yet to come with some of these wrestlers, including a couple that are going for their 4th district titles. But what you see out there now is a very impressive freshman, Zach Greenwald from Paulsboro. He came in as the #1 seed with right now a 31-5 record. His opponent, C.J. Delia of Clearview Regional, he advanced with a tech fall and a 10-5 win. Greenwald with a 18-second fall and a 2:53 fall. Delia, 5 losses this year, 2 times to Tom McCulley of Kingsway, 2 times to Sarkovich of Pennsville, and once to Greenwald. So he's wrestled once already against Greenwald.
And that was a 5-2 win back on the 20th or 19th of January.
Greenwald's losses to his very first match of the season in that series of dual meets down in Virginia. He lost to Brad Clark of Methacton, Pennsylvania, a state place winner and a senior. Lost to Danny Collins of Council Rock North, Dave Morey of Garnett Valley, Pennsylvania, Tom McCulley of Kingsway, and Matt Santini of Phillipsburg. So some pretty impressive people he lost to.
Well, we know how good McCauley is, because we've seen him for a couple of years now.
And his baptism this year against a wrestler from Pennsylvania who was a state place winner in Pennsylvania last year.
No score, 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left in the first period in this one. Village, you know, all season, you've had a chance to talk about Greenwald a lot. We've seen him a lot this year. Juliet, I mentioned this on some other occasions, lucky enough to be on the board of directors with you at Touchdown Club of Southern New Jersey, scholar athlete, to the T, great student. And civil engineering at Rowan, kind of tells you what kind of student he is.
Yep, and he carries that savvy over onto the mat. He's always thinking out there.
3-sport athlete, football, baseball, wrestling. Starts the period on the bottom.
Turn in real quick.
Avid fisherman too, I hear, Vogue. You like to throw the line in the water once in a while, don't you? Or just eat what comes out of it, I don't know. The escape, 1-0 lead.
Well, that's not a bad pastime for a wrestler, being an avid fisherman, because Dan Gable liked the outdoors life, and John Smith, the Olympic champion, was an avid fisherman.
The only points in this match, Vogue, an escape by Delia in the second period.
And
neither wrestler coming close to a takedown.
Not yet, no. And of course, that's been one of the strong points for...
I don't know if he got that. No.
Very close, but his feet were out across that line before he got the takedown. Greenwald just has to keep the pressure on.
And so does Delia. And there's a warning against Delia. Sometimes that makes a wrestler try and pick it up. We saw that with Hamilton.
I was just going to say.
He got hit and he went right in and got a takedown. So sometimes it's a wake-up call to the wrestler.
Yeah, we saw it earlier.
He loves those tight matches in the district finals, Vogue. As I said, 1-0 last year, his win over Cucinato at 171.
Got blood time.
Reminder all champions.
And you know that because the B is flashing on the scoreboard, right? And the clock is actually moving with it this time.
Well, yeah, that's the blood time. You're allowed 5 minutes of blood time. So this is a college, and college score clocks have that feature. The one feature that we're missing in this tournament is having the weight class displayed on the scoreboards.
And why is that? I've been wondering that the whole night.
It has to be programmed in there, and evidently Fred Schwartz is the one that can program it in there, and he underwent an operation this week and was unavailable this weekend.
Greenwald with the shot, another stall. It's a point. We're tied at 1. Big stall point. Reynolds didn't waste any time there, Voge.
Yep. Our thoughts and prayers go out to
Fred's great guy, Fred Schwartz, yeah.
Wish him a speedy recovery.
Again, Greenwald on the attack.
Being the aggressor, you gotta be careful. That's what happens when you get over-aggressive.
Nothing now.
Nope.
Tied at 1 as we go to the third, and Greenwald choice, he takes bottom.
Yeah, that's the problem with being over-aggressive. If a man has a good throw, not only can he take you down, but a lot of times he can get back points out of it.
There's the escape.
Stands up, turns in, gets the escape.
There you see Delia, though, quick on the leg.
Greenwald has to give a hard crossface and pick up the ankle.
Of course, Delia knows there's a sense of urgency in him. He knows that he's been hit twice, he's trailing, third period, he needs a takedown.
Almost a stalemate situation.
Greenwald trying to grab the leg and spin around himself.
Yep. Hard to do without a crossface. Delia trying to throw the hips in. If he throws the hips in, he's got Greenwald off balance. He can get a reversal. Or a takedown, rather.
And there's the takedown. 3-2 Delia, under a minute left.
And he's got the leg tied in there. Stalemate call. Of course, all the officials on the side.
Now the question is, with that stall warning, what's Delia do? Does he risk trying to hold him down the whole time? There you see how
Yeah. Watch the hips.
Absolutely.
Throw this leg up in the air.
Well, anyway, does he try and hold him down, risking getting hit for stalling, or does he let him go and go for the takedown?
Well, see, he can right in on the leg. He's holding on that leg. Pretty much a stalling call if he doesn't work up on that.
A stalemate
Is
instead.
called.
33.4 seconds. I told you, folks, this is be the match we were waiting for.
You hit it right on the nose.
So loud, I didn't hear the whistle that time. "22 seconds. Delia trying for his second straight title. And the crowd is for him, Voge.
No question.
Greenwald with the stand-up.
There's a stall.
We're tied at 3. Or did he give the point? I saw him call stalling. I didn't see the point raised, though.
3-3.
There's point. Tied at 3. Now, if Greenwald escapes, he wins the match.
Yep.
Interesting.
And Delia's got to drive his man to the mat. He can't just hold that drop down on the leg.
Greenwald stands up. Delia, nice job bringing him back down. Under 10 seconds. Almost had him to his back. We're going to have overtime, tied at 3. 1 minute.
1 minute overtime period. The stalling warnings carry over.
I'll tell you what, great job by Delia those last 15 seconds, though.
When it counted the most.
Here we go. First points here wins it. Greenwald takes the shot. You see the strength of Delia, though, Voge.
Yes.
And we go back to the center, 39.3.
One match well worth the price of admission tonight.
And just keep this in the back of your mind. Delia has the first points. Will they dare call another stalling is the question with 20 seconds. 20.4 to be exact.
Well, all Greenwald can do is keep the pressure on.
Delia fights it off. We're going to go to a tiebreaker vote. Maybe.
Oh,
Did he get the
my!
takedown?
Oh, my! Oh, my!
I'll tell you what, there was time on that clock. There was definitely time on that clock.
Oh, my!
I was watching that clock. Definitely the right call. Unbelievable match. Somebody just threw a water bottle onto the mat. Bad move, and that guy's going to be kicked out. But I mean, what a great effort by both wrestlers there.
Both wrestlers have to be complimented. Heartbreaking loss for Delia.
Well, watch. We don't have a clock here, but you can see these two guys fighting to the end.
Slips that half right in. When he gets that half in, he's got possession right there.
Wow.
Well, it's just a shame that somebody had to spoil the great performance of two outstanding wrestlers.
The award ceremony now going on at 160 pounds. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. Things starting to quiet down after that emotional match at 171. Gerald Hodges, Laverne Harris of Glassboro.
Gerald Hodges, the #1 seed in this weight class, advanced with a forfeit win and then a 21-second fall. Laverne Harris, who wrestled at Camden, I'm told, last year, 132 fall in the first match, 4-3 overtime win over Steve Flannery of West Deptford, and you saw that.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Wild match. Wild match, and we talked about that earlier, Voj. I mean, using that second injury timeout cost Flannery.
Absolutely.
Or at least cost him some more time. I'm not saying who would have won that match.
Yeah, and then Harris had the choice, took down and got the escape to win the match. Laverne Harris, 26 wins, 6 losses this year. Lost to wrestlers from Woodstown twice. Castanelli. He lost to Briscoe of Highland, who we saw wrestle in the showcase.
We see some former Paulsboro wrestlers, Voj, by the way.
Futures. Lasoski of Clearview, Thomas Lee of Bordentown. Hodges, of course, this year with a 30-2 record. He lost to Joe Kennedy of Delaware Valley, Pennsylvania, and he lost to Zach Rabinoid of Bethlehem Freedom. Those are his 2 losses this year.
Same tournament, same day.
Yep.
And he is, I mean, an athlete.
Certainly is. Well documented. We mentioned earlier this year as the quarterback on the Group 1 champion football team. Has an outstanding future, in my opinion, in both sports.
We're a minute in, still no score.
It's kind of boring after the last bout.
It's interesting, Harris's coach was once coached by the Paulsboro coach. Frank Damager, the head coach for Glassboro, wrestled under Paul Marino when he wrestled in high school.
There you go. Doing his best to keep the program alive at Glassboro.
Hodges will get his takedown right there and take a 2-0 lead.
Paulsboro with 8 district champions so far with 3 bouts to go.
You know, you look at some of the wrestlers Paulsboro's losing, and they're losing a lot of talent. I mean, they're losing 100-win wrestlers: Lopez, Wurtenberger, Silvestro, Hester, Hamilton, who's close to 100. I mean, they're losing a lot of guys. They have a nice core coming back. Now, they might take a step backward next year. Still going to be very good. But I'll tell you what, in 2 years, when these freshmen and sophomores, I mean, this team's going to be pretty amazing in 2 years.
Yeah, it's according to how fast they plug the holes that are going to develop with the graduation. But you're going to lose well over 400 wins out of this lineup.
Well, over 500 with those 5 guys there, Village.
Yeah.
That's over 500. 4-1 late, a late takedown for Hodges.
And very similar to what he's done much of this year, getting in on the legs and taking his opponents down. Hodges running the half Nelson.
There it is,
oh
folks.
my, oh my. Oh, if he sinks it deep, it's not in there deep. Oh my, got to lift the head. Now he's got to run the half again.
Nice job by Harris trying to fight. He might be in a little trouble now.
Oh my. Nice high bridge by Harris. That's what you have to do when a man goes on a high bridge. You have to extend the head. Oh my.
Harris just a junior. Nice job by him fighting that off. 3 back, 7-1 Hodges.
Showed a lot of courage there. A lot of people would have just succumbed at that point and given up the pin. Laverne Harris, a fighter. Oh my, more back points. Hodges in complete control.
I can remember, Voj, the early years when we started covering districts, it was just seemed like Glassboro and Paulsboro.
Yes.
And the names, Delia, Chaffee, Mitchos, Barretts.
Some really intense rivalries, no question about it. And of course, West Deptford had their times when they were a highly competitive team. On the road back, my opinion. 10-1, Hodges with a major decision lead at this point.
171-pound place winners, please report to the podium area. 171-pound place winners, please report to the podium area.
Hodges known for the big moves too, Voj.
Moves that produce more than just 2 points.
Well, Paulsboro obviously favored in the last 3 weight classes, which mean they would have sent 11 to the finals and won all 11.
Quite a performance.
Take down 2 more, 12-1. Of course, you can't win those titles till you win it on the mat. Me saying it's not going to win it for them.
Absolutely correct.
Warning against the Glassboro wrestler Harris,
who is probably becoming very frustrated at this point with the number of wins he has this year, saying, what do I do next? Coming to this bout with 26 wins on the season.
There's Frank Daminger on the right. Assistant Steve Smith.
Former Audubon wrestler. One minute remaining in regulation. Interestingly, after the 14 bouts have been contested and they've presented the medals of all the weight classes. They gather all the champions in the middle of the mat for a team picture for next year's program and present the Outstanding Wrestler Award along with the NJSA plaque for the District 29 Championship.
Well, right now, votes, we have a freshman winning that MVP, the outstanding wrestler. Of course, we don't have a vote, or I don't have a vote. Maybe you do.
Well, no, I don't.
Coaches have a vote, right?
Coaches
have a vote.
Well, you know, and it's a tough situation for the coaches because Paulsboro's kind of dominated the tournament, dominated the #1 seeds. But you have two freshmen that put on quite a performance in here, both knocking off former district champions. So they got to receive high consideration.
Of course, Duca beating the #1 seed and beat the second place finisher in last year's district in a semifinal match to get there.
No question. Definitely rates top consideration.
And final score is going to be 12-1, Hodges.
Major decision.
Sophomore wins his first title. Wasn't even in the varsity lineup last year, was he, Voge?
Nope.
In third place from West Deptford High School.
We're going to have the award winners at 171.
171 pounds. Third place was Jack Flannery of West Deptford. You see him up on the podium. The runner-up, CJ Delia of Fairview Regional, and the winner, the freshman from Paulsboro, Zach Greenwald.
Yeah, and that was obviously the best match we've had all night.
And I really,
71. I mean, just a great match.
And I really like, people may have missed it afterwards, but what I liked was the fact that Delia gave Greenwald a hug and whispered something in his ear. I think he just appreciated the great match that Greenwald gave him. Look, there they go again.
Right.
Full respect for each other.
Told you that Delia is a good kid.
Absolutely.
Here we go, votes 215. Rick McIlvain of Pittman. Alex Silvestro of Paulsboro.
Of course, Alex Silvestro of Paulsboro, the #1 seed, has a record of 34-1 this year. His only loss is Ziad Haddad of Bethlehem Catholic, 7-4 in the Council Rock tournament. Has 128 career wins. Got here with a with a 45-second pin in his first match, a 3:32 pin in his second match. McIlvain, a sophomore from Pittman, is 18-5 at this point and had 2 pins, one in 13 seconds to get to this point. Of course, Hodges, Sylvester we mentioned earlier, a 3-time district champion coming in this bout. 4th in the regions his freshman year, 2nd the last 2 years, 6th in the state 2 years ago, 4th in the state last year.
Defeated Tom Greaser at Tech Fordham 20-5 of Pittman last year in the district final. And with that's the stumbling block called Jack Corcoran. Not in his way this year. Another takedown, 4-1.
And of course, Alex Silvestro will soon be a teammate of Jack Corcoran's
at Rutgers.
At Rutgers University on the football team. A lot of people from around the state who I've talked to and have witnessed a lot of the wrestling around the state are pretty much thinking that Alex Silvestro could well meet Roy Dragon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that too, of Bridgewater.
Of Bridgewater in the state final. And of course, most people feel that Demetrius Hester will meet the same wrestler he met in the finals last year, Zach Ray of Patcom.
4-2. 2 escapes for McIlvain. 3 takedowns, now 6-2 for Silvestro.
What a superb career Silvestro has had, not only as a wrestler, but an outstanding career as a football player. And in the springtime, he doesn't go off in hibernation. He's a pretty good baseball player.
Outstanding athlete. Second period. Now 6-3. Nice shot there, Vogt.
In on a double, gets the takedown. Question is, can he lace the legs there? He has the lace in. Can he lace the legs and go with some kind of a pin combination at this point? Doing that now. He's got the opponent turned to his back. If he stretches him out, it could be curtains. Oh my. Got to lift the head. Oh my.
Plenty of time too, Vogt.
You could just put the reverse half in and rock back on it. Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah, that's a great shot of it right there. McElvain trying to get to the line. You see Silvestro looking at the clock, getting the pin.
3 minutes and 35 seconds.
Winner by phone time with 3:35. Alex Silvestro.
So his 4th district title. What's that now? 72 wrestlers in South Jersey history.
Yes. And the 10th.
I was going to say, was that the 13th of Paulsborough time? 13th Paulsborough wrestler to do it? I think you said they had 11
Yeah,
coming
they had
in.
11 going in.
Two have done it tonight.
Yep.
It's pretty amazing.
Here are your 189-pound place winners.
Just because before the match we were going over how many times it's been done in Gloucester in District 29.
Yes.
And it hasn't been done a couple times, as we see.
189. Steve Flannery of West Deptford. 3rd place, Laverne Harris on the right of Glassboro, 2nd place, and the champion from Paulsboro, Gerald Hodges. And don't blink on this next one.
Steve Connors and Demetrius Hester.
Demetrius Hester, 33-0 this year, 128 career wins. 3-time district champion, 1st and 2nd in 2 regional finishes, 2nd and 5th in the state. His opponent, Steve Connors of Pittman, a senior, 20-8 this year, with 43 career wins, 3rd in the districts last year, 4th the year before. Connors weighed in at 275.2. and Hester at 282.4.
I think when it's all said and done, how many more matches, max, not counting wrestlebacks, would Hester have to win if he won regions and states, folks?
How many more what?
Matches, 7 would he have?
At least.
Right. Looks like he'll end up 3rd on the Paulsboro win list when all said and done, behind Curls 141 and Suitors 138.
Right.
Some impressive company there.
Very. And Demetrius, I thought, was a little bit lethargic earlier in the year, and he has really picked it up in the second half of the year. I think he's sensing the fact that the state championship might be his to lose. Of course, as Alex Silvestro is going to Rutgers University next year, Demetrius Hester has accepted a full ride to the University of Delaware next year. Will play for KC Keeler.
Former coach over at Rowan University. Has a national title under his belt at Delaware.
Now, this is kind of important for Hester to be able to ride the man, break the man down, and set up a pinning combination, because Zach Ray is going to test him on trying to hold him down. Best way to break the man to the mat when he gets up on his feet. Pick out one single leg up in the air, hold it tightly, and try and execute the trip. Got to give Connors a lot of credit for not just rolling over.
And as soon as you say it, Vogt, Hester's got him on his back. And 25 seconds to finish it off.
Oh, my. Hester sneaks a peek at the clock to see how much time is left. Would like to get it done in the first period, and there it is. 1:54, time of the fall.
That was close to me, Budge. I mean, Hester wins his 4th district title, and Paulsboro ends up, Budge, with an impressive, unbelievable 11 district champions today, advancing 12 out of their 14 wrestlers to Absegami.
Look at the fan club greet him as he comes off the mat. The little midgets, the munchkins.
Anyway, it was an interesting night. We see the award winners at 2:15, Budge.
Jeff Jarrell of West Deptford was 3rd. 2nd place, Rick McIlvain of Pittman, and the champion for the 4th time in District 29, Alex Silvestro. They'll be coming right back with the heavyweight award winners in a very short term here.
Your overall spin, I mean, Clayton had a winner, Deptford had a winner, Pittman had a winner, Paulsboro had 11.
Dominating performance, no question.
Everyone except wrestlers, please stay off the mat. Everyone but
There we
wrestlers,
see
stay off the mat.
as some of the fans start to leave. It'll be interesting to see who the outstanding wrestler is. I mean, we talked about who we thought. I mean, you also brought up the fact that 3 wrestlers won their 4th district titles, which has never happened, right, in this tournament. I think the most that have won 4 at one time was 2, right?
Yes.
So, you know, that'll also be interesting, and we're getting ready to honor the heavyweights. And obviously, no surprise, Hester winning at heavyweight and Silvestro. Any surprises, though? When you look down, I mean, Duca was a 2 seed, but everything pretty much, and DJ Thomas was a 2 seed. Everything else went as planned. So, I mean, it's 1s and 2s. Good job by the seeding committee, whoever was in charge of the seeding.
Let me read these heavyweights. Lou Piscopo of Gateway was 3rd. Steve Connors of Pittman was 2nd, and Demetrius Hester ends up 3rd ends up as a 1st place and his 4th district championship.
He's got his game face on right there, Vogue. Got his game face on. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this timeout.
Where's Demetrius? You can't miss him.
Welcome back. District 29 Wrestling Championships at Gloucester County College. Vogue Paulsboro comes out, wins 11 titles, the most titles they've ever won in a district championship.
Unquestionably, what a great performance. 11 individual champions today, but I think even more impressive were the 3 guys we have right here. It's very, very difficult to win 2 district titles. It's almost impossible to win 3 district titles, and to win 4 in a career is unbelievable.
Okay, I'll start off with Demetrius. First of all, congratulations. As a team and you guys just look like you're peaking at the right time.
Yeah, that's all Coach talks about, peaking at the end of the year, being at your best. That's what we strive for in practice. You know, we just try to get better every day in practice.
Talk about last year. Obviously, a disappointing ending in the state final. Has that been on your mind since that day?
Yeah, of course, it's been on my mind since that day. It's just my motivation, you know, to get up and do a little bit extra every day of practice. It just keeps me going, knowing that at the end of the year, I want to be on the top of the podium. I got to do things a little bit harder.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but coming into tonight, only 70 wrestlers have ever won in South Jersey 4 district titles. 3 of you guys did it tonight. What's that mean to you?
Of course, it's very special feeling. Just very special to be a part of it. You know, 17 in District 29 history. That's just something special. You know, not too many guys can say they did that.
Talk about your wrestling partner. We're going to be talking to in a little bit, Alex Silvestro. How was it to work with him for 4 years?
It's good. I feel like we made each other better every day in practice. You know, we just work. We both have pretty good work ethics. Same thing on football field and football practice. We both We work pretty hard, and we just use each other to get better.
Well, congratulations, Demetrius. Good luck next week. Ed Vogt.
I have Eddie Wertenberger right here, and of course the scariest thing for me was having him as a younger athlete grow up across the street from me, and every time in the summertime I looked out, he had a basketball in his hands and was playing basketball, and that scared the hell out of me. But, I think that the impressive thing, Eddie, is your first district championship was 4 years ago. At what weight?
125.
At 125, and here he wins his 4th district title, and he's still a 119-pounder, and I guess you just got better with age. But how is it that in the pursuit of 4 district championships to do what you had to do to get there?
The hardest was to win the first one, so after that, you got people in the district looking to be the person to stop you from winning your 4, so that's just kind of motivation to keep me working harder, so I know that I can't have somebody come up and beat me to not get the 4 district titles.
What's the toughest thing you've gone through in the 4 years of being a wrestler?
Probably in between practice and having to stay healthy each week, trying to stay healthy and get ready for the districts and the regions and everything else.
I've got a question real quick. Eddie, real quick. Seems like since that Delsey match, you've wrestled a lot different. Is that true?
Yeah, I'd say definitely. That's definitely true.
What do you think the difference is? I know that was an overtime match, right?
Yeah, that was overtime. It was just pretty much that was one of the close matches I had this year that I lost. Other than that, I feel like I did real good in the close matches. I won pretty much all the close matches I had. And from there on, I didn't want to be in that situation again to lose the close match. So from there on out, I just felt like if it's a close match, I'm going to just tough it out and I'm going to try and win it.
Well, it's nice watching you for 4 years. Congratulations. Enjoy tonight.
Congratulations, neighbor. Still my neighbor.
Okay, Vogt.
And here we got the big guy who is going on to bigger and better things after he leaves his high school career, but your high school career is not over yet. You still have a regional tournament to go through. You still have a state tournament to go through. And then, of course, in the springtime, I presume you're still going to play a little baseball. But more importantly, you're signed, sealed, and delivered for next year for Rutgers University, and I think we're all anticipating that. But what are these 4 district championships meant to you, Alex?
They mean a lot. I mean, it's pretty much what you work for is, come down the end of the year and see how you can peak out and hopefully do the best you can. I mean, it really shows. I mean, the harder you work, the better you become, so.
And what's the hardest thing you've had to overcome in the 4 years? It's not like you've had to cut a lot of weight. You're a big guy to begin with, and of course you couldn't get too big because you had a heavyweight above you who was anchoring the lineup. So you still had to watch your weight a little bit, and I know probably next year you're 215 pounds now, and I presume next year you're going to be about 245 pounds.
Yeah, I would like to be 245, but I was really considered a lucky one. I never really had to cut weight, an exception of a few times that they made me cut down at 189, I believe my sophomore year they did. But I was always lucky, never had to cut weight, so I had it easy.
And of course, the team had 11 individual district champions today. That may take a while to sink in, but no Paulsboro team has ever done that before. And what does that mean to you as a senior on your way out?
It's good. I mean, everyone, the whole senior class, all the freshmen, sophomores, juniors, everyone's worked hard. So I mean, it's just great, especially for the seniors to go out with district titles. Especially like some of the other people didn't win for, like Cucinato, who's worked hard, and Nico. They have all worked real hard. So I mean, it's great for them to get a district title.
Yeah, but I only have one thing to add. I know you're still looking for that region title. You thinking about that? Have you been thinking about that long?
Oh, I've been thinking about it for a while. I mean, really, on the board in the wrestling room, I still don't have my name up on any of the boards, region or state. So, by the end of this year, I hope to have it all both. So.
Well, congratulations,
Very good.
Alex.
Congratulations.
Good luck next week.
See you next week.
Vogt, I tell you what, it's a great night of wrestling. We talked about the Paulsboro the whole night, the 11 championships. Joe Duca, the freshman, did win the Outstanding Wrestler Award. Scott Ware from Clayton wins his 2nd title, only the 2nd wrestler in Clayton history to do that. DJ Thomas, a number 2 seed. Him and Duke are the only number 2 seeds to win titles. And Rislow.
Anthony Rislow wins his
title,
second district
he wins
title.
a title as a freshman, comes back 2 years later and gets his 2nd title.
And the exciting overtime match with the freshman Zach Greenwald. So, I mean, we saw plenty of excitement. We saw plenty of domination, but just another great performance by Paulsboro in the District 29 tournament.
Okay, well, we're not done with wrestling. We still have the regions coming up, and then after a break, we'll have highlights of the state tournament. We'll have the All-Star match with Delaware and South Jersey. For John Vogt and the entire crew, I'm John Mondelli. We'll see you next time on Channel 5.